Hi, this is sirishavarma from Branding by Pixels, and today is Saturday. Saturday, we do a business book review. And today's book is a very interesting book. It is something that everybody should read at least once in their lifetime. And specifically for this generation, it is a very apt book. It is also a very famous book. The book is called as The Millionaire Fastlane, written by M.J.DeMarco. The goal of the book is to ensure that you understand you can become rich, but you can also retire early so you can enjoy these riches at a young age. The book starts with M.J. DeMarco's story. M.J. DeMarco's mother was a single mom. She raised him and she used to tell him that the way to become rich or to retire wealthy was to get a good education, get a job, and then keep saving on the paychecks that you get. And probably when you are 60 or 70 years old, you can then, with the saved money that you have accumulated, you can start enjoying life. But M.J. DeMarco's thought process was entirely different. He wanted to become wealthy, but he also wanted to become wealthy at a young age so he can start enjoying those riches. But his mom told him that was not possible in families like us, which is middle class. It is only possible in families where either you have wealth already or you have a wealthy ancestor. So, with his shattered dreams, at the age of 10 years old, he was roaming on the streets when he saw a Ferrari being driven by a 25-year-old. He was surprised how this 25-year-old person could afford a Ferrari. So he went to him and he asked him, "How do you afford this Ferrari?" And the young person smiled at him and told him, "I am an entrepreneur." That is when the seed of entrepreneurship was sown in M.J. DeMarco's mind. With 2 college degrees, he did not take up a job. He ventured into different businesses like real estate, cars, etc. And then one day he woke up and became a millionaire. Sadly, that only happens in movies. M.J. DeMarco's businesses, none of those were going anywhere. He was broke and he was not able to sustain any of those businesses. His dream was still shattered. At the age of 20, he was broke. He was still living with his mom, and his full time girlfriend left him because he was not taking up any job. His mom used to yell at him at least 3 times a day to get a job, but he never took her advice. Then he thought, one day he realized that I have already touched the bottom. There is no more bottom that I can touch. So, what have I got to lose? That is when he went to a new city. With $900 in his pocket, he started living in somebody else's garage and he took up a job of being a limo driver. Nothing was happening in the job as well. He started driving around as a limo driver, but then his mind was constantly thinking about how can I set up a business that will become successful and make me rich. That is when one day one of his customers asked him, "I am traveling to New York. Do you know some limo service there that I can hire?" This kind of information way back in 1990s was not available until and unless somebody put it on the internet. And that is where M.J. DeMarco got this idea that he should go ahead and create a website. But he didn't know anything about creating a website. That is where, because he did not have any money with him, he went to the public library and started reading everything about building a website. Then he started building the website during his evenings and weekends. One day his website went live and things started happening for him. He started getting calls from other companies who saw his website and asked him if he could build website for them as well. That is when his small business of building websites started. Slowly, word of mouth regarding his limo service information website went around and people started calling him regarding leads. He tied up with different limo service companies and then he started selling them leads that he got on his website. the different inquiries of people who were looking to hire a limo service for their specific purposes. That is when his business started growing. But the best thing about his business was because his website was all automated, he didn't have to be awake or at his computer to start generating money. The business used to work by itself and started generating income. By 2000, we had this dot-com boom, and that is where a business reached out to him and asked him if he would be interested to sell to them. In 2000, he sold his business for $1.2 million, thus becoming a millionaire. Wow, that's an awesome story, right? But the story does not end there. Once he became a millionaire, the dot-com bust also happened. So the company was not able to maintain his website well, and then they started losing money. So M.J.DeMarco bought the company back at $300,000 and started working on his business again. Again, his thought process was simple: to make sure that he automates his business so that even if he is not there near the computer, even if he is vacationing somewhere, the business should still work for him. Post that, he has created many more businesses. He has also invested in PayPal, and now he is, of course, a multimillionaire / a billionaire. So there are specific things that we can learn from his story. So this is a summary of the book. If you want more details, you definitely have to read the book. Something interesting that I found are these points that I'll be discussing in this video. Number one, he talks about wealth not being an event, but it is a process. So many of us have read all of these stories wherein an 18-year-old, a 25-year-old, a 30-year-old became billionaires. And we think, and we feel depressed, thinking, oh my God, I have not become a millionaire. So when will I become a billionaire, right? The news talks about success stories, but do you know how much struggle went into building that business by that 19-year-old, 25-year-old or 30-year-old? How many years they struggled before they became millionaires or billionaires? We don't talk about those things. We only talk about wealth generation as an event. But if you look at wealth generation as an event, that is not the right approach. Wealth generation should be a process. And if wealth happens only with one event, that wealth does not stick around. We have seen many such cases as well. For example, most of us know about the stories of these lottery winners who suddenly became millionaires because of one lottery ticket purchase. But after a month, they all became bankrupt. Why is that? Because they did not understand the importance of getting wealth. So until and unless you treat wealth generation as an event, as a process rather than an event, it will not be sustainable. And he talks about three different aspects here. He talks about the process of wealth generation, wherein the vehicle is you, the road is your career, and the speed is your execution. So the wealth generation also depends on how you are as a person. What is your mindset regarding wealth? The second is your career. How quickly or how much money can you make in your career? Your career doesn't have to be your day job itself. Your career could be the side hustle that you are working on, or the long time idea that you have been working on, something that you are building. Speed is regarding execution. How quick do you run with your ideas? Or do you just sit and ferment on those, taking no action? If that is the case, then you can never create wealth. Again, he talks about three roadways for wealth generation. Number one is your sidewalk, wherein people will live and die in poverty. The characteristics of a sidewalk person is their plan has to have no plan. They think life is uncertain by itself. Why do I need a plan? They give a lot of excuses. If something is wrong with me, it is not because of my attitude. It is because of the society. It is because of my family. It is because of my boss. It is because of my job. It is because of my colleagues. Jumps from one job to another, does not stick with one career. Whoever pays them the most, they will go ahead with that job. They don't even think about, is this job really going to add any value to me or not? And they live paycheck to paycheck. They get the money and within 10 days, their paycheck is gone. All their expenses need to be taken care of now. Their savings are zero. Is that a surprise that they live and die in poverty? The second roadway is slow lane. Slow lane is the concept that we have all grown up with. It is this concept of get a good education, get a job, start saving money, and save for a retirement fund. When you're 60 or 70 years old, you will have enough money. And then if you want, if you still are free of responsibilities, then probably you can enjoy your wealth, which is the slow lane. Become wealthy when you are old. They stick to one job. They don't do anything with their evenings or their weekends. They only work with one job. They only save whatever they can from that income. They don't create multiple sources of income. They have no control and no leverage. No control in the sense, if you're working in a job, you don't have any control on your specific timings or on your salary or whether your boss gives you hike this year or not. They don't have leverage because they are very conservative with their money. So they don't take any debt. They don't do any investments because they are worried that they cannot take any control. Of course, that is the mindset that they have. And that is why they probably might become wealthy, but by then they are too old to enjoy those riches. The third roadway is the fast lane. These are people who become wealthy when young. These past few months, specifically in India, you are seeing a lot of businesses going for IPO. And suddenly you see all these founders and co-founders becoming millionaires and billionaires. Of course, wealth creation is a process, not an event. They started these companies way back, maybe 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and they struggled all through this process. But they kept their eyes on the ball, they went to IPO, and now they are millionaires and billionaires. So, for the fast lane people, they are building businesses. They have full control and leverage. They understand that debt is right for them if it allows them to grow. So taking credit or taking debt, taking loans is right if it allows you to grow. But if you're taking debt or loan to buy that new dress, to buy that new car, then that is not right for you. Time is the most important asset for a fast lane person because they understand time is very limited. All of us have only 1440 minutes per day. Whether you use it or not, that goes away. And this time is limited even for a rich person. Even a rich person has only 1440 minutes per day. So how do you use the time? You can buy everything with money, but not time. Education. They are constantly learning. They don't think that once they leave school, their education process is complete. Money. They think money should always reflect the value it created. So even if they buy a private jet, that is not to show off, but to make sure that they can travel from one place to another place quicker. They can also get work done during their travel sitting in the private jet. And because they can travel from one place to another place quicker, they can get more work done. And that is why they buy private jets, not to show off. So this is the summary about this book. Now, some specific things that you definitely need to look at for yourself is, What is your income potential? Income potential, does it depend just on the job that you're doing right now? Is your job still feasible 5 to 10 years from now? Because there are lots of new things coming up in technology like automation, robotics, artificial intelligence. Are these technologies going to affect your job? If yes, what are you going to do? Are you reskilling at this point of time? The second question is, what control do you have on your life? Do you have any control? Is your time under you? Is the money that you can generate under you? For example, if you create an internet business, even though you're not there before your computer, even though you're vacationing, you're sick, you're out with your family, the business can be automated in such a way that it can generate wealth for you. Is that the same with your job? Can you automate your job? Can you create a side hustle and increase your income? What are you doing for your future? Are you doing something about it? Or are you sitting by the sidelines? If you are thinking about these things, then there is another book that I have reviewed last week, which is The Parable of the Pipeline. It also talks about the importance of creating multiple income streams. That is a must review for you as well. I'll put the link in the description. You can watch that video as well. This is sirishavarma, founder chief strategist at Branding by Pixels, a business strategy design and digital marketing company coming live to you from India. I record videos 3 times a week, Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. Tuesday I talk about a digital marketing topic. Thursday I talk about a business case study, and Saturday I do a book review. This Tuesday I spoke about a specific topic which 90% of small business owners don't know anything about. If you have not checked it out, please do go ahead and check it out. Thursday, in the business case study video, I spoke about this amazing company which is the largest aggregator of insurance products in India, which just went to IPO, Policy Bazaar. This week, I am reviewing this book, The Fastlane Millionaire. I have reviewed other books as well. Please do go ahead and check it out. If you like the content that I am creating in my channel, please do subscribe to it. If you think this will help people in your network, please do share the video with them and smash that like button because it really makes my day. Thank you so much for your time. I'll see you again on Tuesday. This is Sirishavarma signing off. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.